is Christine Bertram, and I'm coming to you live from the Hive here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, with sucking candy in my mouth. So I swallowed water the wrong way about 20 minutes ago. And you know how it hits your lungs funny? And then you cough, and then you cough, and then you cough, and then you cough, and then you continue to cough for like a half hour. That's what's happening to me. So I definitely had to take a honey drop to help me subside that, or subdue that, whatever it is. So, but we're here, yay! It is the 25th of September. It's been a busy day. In the last 24 hours, we got 4. I was getting stuck on my teeth, sorry. Okay, we got 4 sweet class cards designed for next month. We got 2 monthlies. We had 1 done already, so it's 3. The October monthly. And we got the last Wounded Warrior card designed. So we got all 6 of those done. So that completes the design for the whole month of October. Yay! We just literally finished the design. I would have to say it was 5:35 when I finished the last card, and then I went downstairs and scarfed some food up really quick, and then got in the hot seat. And not too late either, so I'm so excited that I didn't have to keep you waiting too long. Hi, Deanne Dawn. You guys are rocking it. Just I gotta say, I put out the grocery list for the Wounded Warrior card benefit with all the supplies that we need so that we can donate the full $40 of everybody's registration. It's almost full. Sorry, just stuck to my tooth. The last time I looked, the only thing that we needed were envelopes. And I almost forgot to do envelopes the last time, but I made sure I didn't forget them this time. And so I think that's all that's left. I couldn't believe it. I did know that it was going to happen fast, but I didn't think it was going to happen this fast. I literally posted that at midnight last night, and maybe it was 11:30. It was really late in the day yesterday, and all that's left are envelopes. And there's a bunch of envelopes. When you take 200 times 6, you get 1,800, and then you divide 1,800 divided by 40 because that's how many envelopes come in a pack. It ends up being 30 packs. So right now we have 2, 4, 6, 8 out of 30. So if anybody still wants to donate envelopes, that would be amazing. The rest is full. I even had somebody bring paper over today. So I'm starting to mark the spreadsheet green when I get the stuff in, so which is really cool. So that's awesome. You guys are rocking that. I love it. Hello, Doris Munson from Iowa. 80 degrees today. Oh my goodness. We have the nice rest of this weekend, nice weather. And then going into next week, we're going to have mid 60s to high 60s and low 70s. So it's really cool. We have another week that's going to be just awesome for our weather. Hi, Sherry Ott. Hello, Lisa. There's Nancy Mole from Lake Erie. Hi, Randy. Hi, Margene Eskelson. There's Susan Bellamy. Long time no talk. I'm excited that you're catching me live too, Lisa. Hi, Becky Rohr. Long time no talk. Hi, Mary Carls from Jericho. Thanks for telling everybody to not forget about the thumbs up. Hi, Judy Sharp. There's Hope Toy. Hi, Sarah Merchant. Hi, Lynn Beasley from Utah. Nice fall day as well. I love it. Our mountains are beautiful with full tapestry of color already. Awesome. That's very picturesque. Hi, Sherry Martin. Hi, Debbie Gast. There's Cindy Runtree. Hi, Mimi Howenstein. There's Kari Dwyer. You got beautiful color too. I love it. Hi, Linda Hall. Hi, Sue Deppis. There's Bridget Rowe and Trisha Fagley. Long time no talk. You guys, I feel like I talked to 15 people today. Everybody was calling today because I said if anybody has troubles filling out the grocery list, that they need to call me because I could, stop what I'm doing and put you in for what you want. So hi, Pat Smothers. Hi, Angelique. And there's Jane Turbliger. Hi, Cheryl Gremlich. And there's Karen Woods. Yay. All right. So we have a great class. We have the ink, paper, scissors class we'll start momentarily. But I bet you guys are excited because normally when I say that we've got some designing done, I show off the cards right off the bat. So temps headed to the mid to high 80s. I love it. You send it twice. No worries. I'm almost done with the candy, guys, and then I can be done being annoying with it in my mouth. So whenever we finish designing cards, we love to share them with you right off the bat. So when I show the rest of these cards to you, that means I'll have showed everything for the month throughout the last couple weeks, because I think we started designing maybe not last week, but the week before. So there are 6 classes next month. Oh, I don't have Rose Coleman's though. that's the only thing I don't have to show you. And I don't know if I'll have that in time for the showcase, but I don't know. I'd have to see what, I didn't watch her live today when she did the Technique Club class, so I don't know exactly what she's going to be doing for October. I gotta look through my messages. I've been engrossed in designing, and when I design, I don't look at text messages. I don't look at Facebook messages. I don't look at emails. I try to stay off of Facebook, because if I do, I get sucked in, and then I don't get designing done. So the only time that well, you'll hear from me is if you call me and I pick up the phone. And generally, like, if I can, I will answer the phone, because usually people call me, they need an answer really quick. So anyways, I have everything pretty much ready to go for a showcase for you guys on Saturday. I originally I was thinking to do it tomorrow, but then I remembered we are going to be live tomorrow for everybody who did the Autumn Creative Escape with me. I'll start at 10 o'clock, and my goal is to go from 10 to noon and do about 5 cards, maybe 6. I guess it just depends on how long it takes, and maybe it'll be 4, not certain. My goal is to go from 10 to noon, and then I'm going to take a little break and go cut some paper, have some lunch. We just got a lot of designing done, so I need to start prepping stuff for the helpers to take over the weekend. So we'll break for a couple hours, and then I'm going to come back and work from maybe 2 until 5 or 2 until 4:30, however long it takes to do the rest of putting the cards together and the 3D project. So, and I may do the 3D project as a separate video. I'm not quite certain, but I'll probably try to do it between those 2 videos. And so that means that Saturday, and Tyler is working in the morning, so I figure for Saturday I'll go live around 10, 10:30 or 11. Haven't set the time. I will set an official time, and when I set that official time, I will create a Facebook event. It'll be on my website. I'm going to send an email. So guys, that's all going to happen by tomorrow morning. I'll have that all figured out. Hi, Connie Moore. So I'll have the showcase on Saturday, and I also have the October registration form ready to go. We're just waiting for a photograph or a cover photo for the last class we designed today. And Kelly's going to have that in there by Saturday morning. So I will share that link tomorrow morning for the October registration. Just know 2 of them will probably show pictures that say cards under construction. And that just means that we don't have the photographs yet. And there'll be one of them for sure will be there by Saturday morning before I go live. And then the other one will be there as soon as Rose can get me her photographs of her cards that she's doing. So when do you and Tyler go to Maine? Well, the sad news is that we canceled the trip. So Tyler talked to me about it 2 nights ago. He's stressing a little bit more than I am. I normally don't show the stress as much as he does, I guess, maybe. Like, I would have worked my butt and my tail off between now and the time that we got on the airplane and not gotten a lot of sleep. And I would have gotten a lot of everything done before I left. And it would have been okay. It would have taken 3 days to wind down once we get there, but I would have managed. And he has been things have been weighing on his mind about all the projects that we have to do around the house yet, which I get it. They would be there when we get back, but we are always so busy. And by the time he gets done with work, it's 10 o'clock, sometimes 9 o'clock. And it's too late to work on projects, and then it's 2 a.m. before we're to bed because we're just working on stuff yet. So we made a list. Oh man, it's got like 20 things on it. And we decided to cancel the trip. We, canceled the flights, no problem. I had used some miles for it, so it didn't change. It didn't cost anything. We were able to cancel the rental car. We never had any really hotels booked, except for we were going to stay with Jolene's mom in Plymouth. And so I got to just tell Jolene that we don't need to stay. And we canceled our ferry. We canceled the Belfast train. We just canceled it all. And basically, they only took out like a cancellation fee on a couple of things. So, but sad face, we're not going, but that's okay. We're calling it our staycation, and we're hopeful by the time that we're back, like we would have been back on the 10th, that things are buttoned up and cleaned up, not cleaned up, but like done. The stone needs to go on the stout room. We are putting a countertop in. We're putting the filing cabinet upstairs. We're finishing a floor in the stout room. We're staining the frame of the door so the door can go back on. We want to put the door back onto upstairs. We just want to clean up the basement. It's been like overfloweth of everything. And the green room needs to get cleaned, and the bathrooms need a deep cleaning. And just, you guys, I think that he thinks that I sit around all day and do nothing. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he knows better. But like, it's always, from the minute I get up till the minute I go to bed, I don't work on anything. So I was so happy to do 4 loads of laundry yesterday in between being on the computer all day, trying to catch up with emails. And yesterday there was not a lot of email catching up. What yesterday was Autumn Creative Escape follow-up, DSP Sampler follow-up. There was stuff, and team swag email. Like, there was just the Wounded Warrior grocery list, working on that. There were lots of things that just needed to get done yesterday, and it wasn't a lot of emails, but yeah, so that's how it goes. Hi, Carmen Sanders. We made the executive decision, and we're going to go with it, and it's okay. Maine will be there, and it'll be there in the future. So I think that we'll feel a lot less stress, and especially when we looked at the weather for next week and we saw it was going to be 65 to 75, that is the perfect temperature to be working outside putting stone up. And to do stone, you can't just have 2 hours or 3 hours to do it. It takes about an hour to get set up. It takes an hour, it seems, to clean up. And if you only have an hour to do it, you've made nothing. You've put up maybe 4 stones. So we're hopeful to get started at 9, work till 5, and have like 4 full days to lay up the stone and get 1 wall done. And it took us 80 hours to do the first wall last fall, and we've not done anything on it for a year now. And so we're hopeful to at least round the corner to get to the 3rd wall, because there's only 3 walls. And then we can call the gutter people and tell them, yay, you can come now a year and a half later and put our gutters up. So, oh, yeah. So that'll be nice to get that buttoned up. That's the thing. And it happens, right? It's all right. It's sad, but it's also, I feel like it was a little bit of a relief for me too. So, oh, I probably will get more sleep next week than I ever planned. So I'm not changing anything like adding in classes or rearranging my schedule. I'm going to pretend like I'm not here, but getting a lot of stuff done. So that's how it goes. Hello, Feline. Get things done is just what's needed. Yeah, you guys, for 5 years, I feel like all I've done is from one thing to the next thing to the next to the next to the next. And the house has just become, on the surface, it looks fine. But I think I see it's like a total disarray. So it's all good. All right. So I do want to show you some cards. You're going to see the sun is starting to come in. It might be just like right in my eyes, but we'll see oh, yeah. Hang on 1 second. Sorry. Maybe. Just bring that down here. Okay, at least it's not like directly in my face. So I'm going to show you some card classes that we have coming up. I'll show you the ones that we got done today, and just I'll recap a couple just in case you can't watch the showcase on Saturday. Then at least you kind of know what's going on for card classes, and you can always do the October registration. So that's another great thing. So normally I'd be leaving on Monday, and then what happens is the registrations all come in between Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I would have been gone, so I wouldn't be getting back to people for about a week. So this way I'll be able to maybe dedicate an hour and a half throughout, or a couple hours, maybe 4 hours throughout the entire week to making sure I get back to people about class registrations. So yeah. Vanessa, you've been a ghost. Oh, in the hospital. Well, I hope you start to get better and that you get home soon. Big hugs to you, my friend. All right, there's Gina Bulow. Yay, I see your orange picture, or your orange glitter and ink. I love it. So you guys, Gina, I've been watching. Gina does lives on my YouTube channel, and she had somebody reach out to her and ask about getting a class from her, and we have no idea who the person is. It's her. So we're watching for this user to come on board to comment. Her name, it's Kelly-PZ2FB. And she was trying to get a couple classes from Gina in a sampler, and it looked like it wasn't a spammer. And so I haven't seen her yet, Gina. I'll try to keep my eyes peeled to see if I see that username pop up so we can get a hold of her. But she's looking for a couple classes, and Gina's replied, but she's not seeing the reply somehow. So hello, Laura Sullivan. You'll be at a fundraiser on Saturday. No problem. I hope it goes really well. All right. So I'm going to show you some cards really quick, and then we're going to get ready for class. So just to recap, the order-based class for next month is the Blackberry Beauty Blast from the Past order-based class. And so we brought in some oldie designer series paper from a few years ago, some retired gems, and a retired embossing folder to make this exquisitely awesome Purplicious card class. Using new product like the gold ring, and we even brought in some retired ribbon. Here we brought in current ribbon, but it's so pretty. So that is the order-based class. And if you're on the team, though, you could buy it. But for customers that aren't on the team, you can place an order to get that one for free. The Let's Just Stamp is featuring sign design. So you've got it the New Year's, the Halloween, and the Christmas. And so this class is before Halloween, so you should have this one done in time. So all you need are sentiments on that one. Same with order-based, all you need are sentiments. And then what we got done today, we featured, so this one you might recall is a Double Dipper. It was from the Autumn Escape. and it's the branching out. So this is the October monthly class. And we had to pull in the homemade treats, right? So we got this awesome little cookie sheet with some gingerbread men that are baking. We made it, like in my head, we made it look like this is an oven. And we've got the oven mitts that are like putting the cookie tray into the oven to bake. And it's a special delivery. So that's one of the monthly cards. And then the other monthly card features Holly Jolly or Jolly Holly, one of the, however you say it. And so there you go. So that's what we got those two done today. Janet never disappoints. That is true. And then the sweet class for next month features traditional Christmas. And so these this was the last, this guy right here was the last card that finished at 5:30. So we've got traditional Christmas ready for you. All you need are sentiments for this one as well. All your die cutting, all your embossing will be done for you. Again, I've been loving that distress tile. I pulled it out of the drawer and we've been using it a lot. It just adds the right element to it. So that's your sweet class for next month. Yay, we got her done. And then the Wounded Warrior, yay. So you guys might have seen these already. These are the 5 cards that are the core cards. And all you need are sentiments for these as well. And then the last but certainly not least, I'm so excited because I was working on this last night and I said, Tyler, I need your help. I'm working on a tractor card. Do I make it a red tractor or a blue tractor? And he said, you know the answer to that. What would your dad tell you? He's like, you know your dad would say a blue tractor. So I had it in my head, it was going to be a red tractor because we made a blue tractor for the monthly class. But when we were playing with it, it looked better with a blue tractor. So my dad will be very proud that we have a blue tractor for him. And we kept it patriotic. So it's red, white, and blue. And I asked Tyler for his help with it. And so this is Tyler-esque in nature. And he said that we had to put a chicken on the card and we had to put America. Like the guys say, if you're from the South, it's America. But if you're not from the South, I guess it's America, right? So your sons, your grandsons, your husbands will like this. I think it's more guyish. But so we had to put a chicken on, right? So it's from the Tractor and Company set. And we've got the tractor with the flag. I had mentioned that we were going to have a tractor with a flag coming out the back. And America. Again, you guys don't have to do that, right? The chicken is stamped. What we're doing, Kelly's got this all set up on a computer already. There's no stamp from Stampin' Up for that. And it's basically, we took the word America and then we put a word bubble around it and we were printing it on the computer. And then what you're going to do is you're going to get it. If you don't want to put America on, you'll be able to use the little backside of it and stamp whatever you want. But it's perfect. It's just very patriotic, and I think anybody would love it. I pulled in the Retired Stars embossing folder because I thought that was perfect with it. So then we got little chicken, the paper here is from the Nests of Winter or Winterly Treetops, or I think it's Nests of Winter. There's little chicken feet. They look like little bird feet on the back, and so it kind of ties in the chicken there. So yeah, so that's the last card for the Wounded Warrior benefit. So I hope you guys, I know Sherry said she loves it, and Feline says it's adorable. Again, we're trying to be very patriotic because it is the Wounded Warrior card benefit, and we thought this would be it. So 2 years ago, we used the truck with the flag out the back, and so this time I thought, oh, the tractor. So think of the die cutters. They're going to have to cut 200 of those little rinky-dinky tire hubcaps and 200 there and blah, blah. So, but they don't mind. So they always say it's a labor of love. But that's what we've got. And if you don't have a chicken, you could always just leave the seat there and use the white paper and make a sentiment and make it thank you or happy birthday. You don't have to put the flag on, but yeah, you're going to want to. So Debbie loves the tractor card. Good. And Cindy says it's cute. Lynn says awesome. All right. So it is time. When you guys see the registration form for October, I have a section in there for the Wounded Warrior card benefit. So our goal is to kit them, not next week, but the following week, in time to include those people who want kits. We're hoping to, our plan is, we're aiming to have them in your October packages. And for those who want made cards, they will be mailed in your November packages because we won't have time to assemble them before the October shipping date. I would never put that on my girls. That would be too stressful for everybody. So we're kitting them up not next week, but the following week. And then our plan is to assemble them probably the 2nd or 3rd week in October. And so we'll have the made up cards for those that order them. We'll have them ready to ship in your your November packages. So, and we figured then this way, since the benefit's on the 1st, and I'm doing the YouTube live right after that on that Tuesday. So 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 4th of November is when I'm doing the YouTube for it. That way you guys would have your cards in time for the live, which is good, which is what we were going for. Okay, you guys are liking the tractor card. So I was hoping you would like the tractor card. I think it will be a hit, especially for the guys in your life that it's a guy thing, I think, Tyler. Because when I was dating Caleb, I dated Caleb back in 2015, that America was popular back then already. So, so we're going with it. And we figured since there's not really a stamp for it, that we can, what Kelly did is she created it on the computer and she made it so that there were 24 of them on a sheet. And all you have to do is cut them apart. And then all you have to do is cut around the word bubble and then you're good to go. So you don't have to worry about having that as a stamp because it's not even a stamp. All right, so are you guys ready for ink, paper, scissors? That would be a yes, hopefully. So we're gonna make some awesome cards here. And I have this sitting here though, I just remember we did mystery card night on Tuesday. So just a recap, this is what the card was. Make sure you're working on getting your card and getting it submitted so that it gets in on the drawing. All right. So ink, paper, scissors is in a plasticky bag like this. I have a lot available yet in case anybody is still looking to get this class. It's called Autumn Toile. Toile. I say toil, but it's not. It's toile or something like that. So you have your 4 card kits. You've got a couple vanilla and a couple ivory, a couple vanilla and a couple white. And your designer paper, there's one with deer, which is the one we used. Oh, dear. There's also one that is the stripes. So in this one, you guys, you'll have 3. This pack of paper is a little bit special because you get 4 different designs and 3 of each. So instead of getting 2 like you normally do, you're gonna get 3, right? So you've got a little bit extra in case you want to do in the envelope. And here we did use the pheasant one. And then instead of doing the pumpkins, we flipped it over and we used that side. And then what did the fox say? He said, I get covered up, and you guys were choosing the stripy one. So you'll need one of each of those pages, right? And then what else you get in your kit will be the irregular weaved ribbon, which people have been coloring this. It doesn't make good bows. It doesn't make good overhand knots. It does loop tail a little bit. That's fine. And it's good for straight. But other than that, you guys, no bows, no overhand knots. And then you also get some of the streaked dots. So I have my stuff over here that's already open. So I'll use what I have that's open and save this for later in case I need it for kitting. And then you'll have your 4 card kits here. And so the class name is here, the date is here. I will have to say, I don't have the tutorial. It hasn't been emailed out. Jolene has had a very busy week. She works at more than a 9-to-5 job. And then she had visitors from out of town for work all week. And I kind of went into it suspecting she wasn't going to have the tutorials ready, but I don't think they are yet. And I had promised you guys to send the fun folds out by Wednesday morning. I haven't even seen it in my inbox yet. So I don't have it yet. I don't have Rose's Technique Club class yet. And I don't have the ink, paper, scissors yet. So we're waiting on 3. Plus, she's got a creative presentation tutorial she's writing for me from the Escape. So that's in the docket or in the works. And then I reminded her last week too that we also have a creative presentation from the Stamp If on the Sun that I've been waiting patiently for. So at some point in the near future, we'll get all caught up on like we always do. But just so you know, it hasn't been emailed out. So I might get some emails tomorrow asking for it because that's exactly what happened last week. Or I should say on Wednesday, I started to get emails like, where's the tutorial? And I'm like, it's not written yet, sorry. So I'm gonna do roll call. This class was $34 for porch pickup or in person with Diane on Monday night. I think she has class Monday night. And then if you want it mailed to you, it is $41. I have lots of card kits available yet. So just reach out to me if you'd like to get these kits. I can hold on to it and ship it with your October package. I could ship it separately by itself. If you get it added to a package, it's only $36, right? So it's only $2 extra for shipping. So that helps a little bit. I wanted to, there's Becky Gandolfo. Long time no speaky. I was going to give you a call. I wanted to know how you're doing. Oh my gosh, if you're healing up or if you're still in lots of pain. I have something on the back counter here that's actually from either Carissa or Gina for you, Becky, but we need to go over what you want for September. So at some point we'll chat. But thanks to everybody who signed up to get this class. It was a fee-based class. I'm going to read off the names because I'd like to thank everybody for supporting me by getting this as a kitted class, and also in case I miss signing you up, right? Or in case you think you signed up and you don't hear your name, but you never told me, because that happens a lot too. A lot of times people will be like, I'm not on the list. Oh wait, I never signed up, but I really want it. So we get you on the list. All right, so first on our list is Mary Jo Stoll. And then we have Christina Heiser, Connie Moore, Julie Bierschbach, Frances Rodriguez, Karen Wetstein, Julie Bontranger, Jennifer Jones, Sandy Coy Emery, Susan Bellamy, Debbie Stone, Margene Eskelson, Karen Woods, Nedra Dover, Sheila Roberts, Kelly Gibson, Doris Munson, Feline Mays, Michelle Foran, Leslie McMinn, Pat Fleming, Pam Leahy, Linda Scott, Lori Baxter, Ruth Nicholson, Sherry Martin, Mary Novak, Donna Grushke, Patty Wright, Kathleen Ketterman, Trisha Fagley, Pat Smothers, Carrie White, Lisa Hedgedis, Lynn Beasley, Angelique McClendon, Mary Lemke, Sue Deppis, Fancy Nancy Billets, Jean Terwilliger, Vicki Rodriguez, Mary Carls, Sherry Everett, and I'm excited to say we're writing Becky Gandolfo's name in for class as well. So Becky, I'll make sure I set this class aside for you. Yay. Linda Hunt, Laura Sullivan, Stacy Tan, Rose Garibaldi, Bridget Rowe, Sue Spigner, Maria Gilbertson, Jeannie Parker, and Joanne Naples. Yay. All right. So that is 54. And I can easily accommodate, we kidded up a lot, you guys. I think we have 86 left. We weren't quite certain how you guys would do with it being fall stuff, but we planned for 96. And I have 54 signed up, and Diane has 10, so that's 56. So that means that there's still 30 left. So definitely reach out if you're a year from now or 2 years from now. You might have some left. All right, so let's all go to A&W. No, I'm just kidding. Let's pull out our trimmer and let's cut some designer series paper. I always like to do that first and get that done. And then what we'll do is we'll merge that back in with our card kits. And this is easy. These are all the, oh my gosh, I looked at this right now. This is 5 1/16 by 3 13/16, as is this one, as is this one, as is this one. Wow, and this one, that's awesome. I think so. Oh, there's two. Oh, there's another DSP here. So we'll have to grab that. And this is just a little bit bigger than that. Okay, so 3 of them are the same size though. So for this one, you want to make your stripes go, I liked them going horizontal. Like, hello, Anna Carter. You could definitely have your stripes going up and down. Your call, whatever you want. But I'm going to have them going this way. And I'm going to do 3 13/16 first. And then this is what I can use for my envelope flap. And then by 5 1/16. So like that. Now, when I cut this, I'm going to be cutting it at the brown. And then I've got this tan at the top. So what I could do is go a little bit past here so that I have the gray granite-ish color on the top, and then I can flip it around and come back and do 5 1/16. And then I'm going to leave it so that that brown is across the top. This could get used on the inside, or you could stamp a deer. Oh dear. Carmen Sanders, when are you doing the October showcase? On Saturday. Yep, it's Saturday morning. All right, so then we're going to save these. And then that will go, the card kit for that one is one of the white ones. So it's not that one. it's that one. So we'll just slip that stuff in there. Then this one's the same thing. It's 5 1/16 by 3 13/16. So we're gonna do the 3 13/16 first. Let's look at this. We can be strategic about our stuff and not cut birds' heads off and stuff like I did there. So I'm just seeing here, and you might have this section, this section, this section, or that one, right? So it just depends. But if you look at this, if you put this here, that is nice at the top here. That's good. And then that'll be kind of popping out over here. So I'm gonna go with it turned this way and cut my 3 13/16 here. And then this can be my envelope flap. And then on this one, I want to cut it, let's see here. So it's either here or here. And I'm liking the idea. So this is over here, or if we cut off that side, I want to cut off this side right here. So we'll do 5 1/16. Sometimes if you're not watching what's on your paper, you might cut off things that you didn't really want to. So 5 1/16. And so now these birds are going to be really nicely visual right here. And then this could be the inside, or you could use that. On my inside, I stamped the shrubbery. So this is the other white one. And so that's the other card base. It was the second last one with the green here. So put that guy here. We can put this one over here. All right. So this one, same thing. So we'll do our 3 13/16 first. I don't think there's much rhyme or reason to this, so I'm just gonna do that by 5 1/16. So 3 cuts, all the same, you guys. Super duper easy. Perfect. Okay, so that's that. This could be your envelope flap, or the next card over here, you could definitely use it right here, what you want to. So that one is 4 by 1 1/2. So as long as we've got that here, let's do our 4 by 1 1/2. And then these are your scrapyard pile. And then the question is, do you want to use from your pile over here to get for your envelope flap? And I do. I'm gonna just cut this down to 2 1/4 actually, because 2 1/4 is more of the magical number. So I'm gonna do 2 1/4. Now I can choose this, or I could choose that. And this is my scrapyard pile. And what's on the inside here? Oh, very nice. All right, we can work with that. So these are my scrapyard pile. This one will be a vanilla, and it's the one with the pecan. Let's put that here. Don't need that actually, so we'll put that over here. And then the last card. This DSP is going to be a little bit bigger. It's actually only a 1/16 less on 2 sides, and this is the earthen metallic paper, or earthen foil, and it's 5 1/4 by 4. So all we're doing is taking a 1/16 off of each side. So 4 1/4 minus a 1/16, sorry, 4 less a 1/16 is 3 15/16. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Let's just, you know what they say, measure twice, cut once. Yep, 3 15/16. So this still could be an envelope flap. And then 5 3/16. So we're just gonna stay shrunken a hair from this mat right here, right? And then potentially use that on the inside or the pumpkins. All right, so we'll grab that, your other envelope here that has basic beige. We can put that right there. Okay, that wasn't too outrageously crazy for cutting, I don't think. That was, I guess you could say, relatively painless. And let's see here. Let's grab some, I'm thinking about doing some stamping. And I have to check to see how we kitted these. I'm kind of under the premonition that each one of them has their own, but not really certain. So I just want to pull this one out. Okay, perfect. So this one right here, this piece, so the beige one, which we put the last DSP in, has a piece that looks like this. right? That is going to be used for your pumpkin. It's going to be used for your leaves. And I think that's all we needed to do with that. Just want to make sure. Yep, because that doesn't have anything. Great. And then this one will have its own white piece. Okay, so as long as I have this, we're going to stamp both of these right off the bat. And those are from Amber Autumn. So we have Amber Autumn is one of the stamp sets. And then Autumn Trees is the other one. So like we just did Let's Just Stamp, we called it Amber Autumn Trees. These can be found in the mini catalog. And they are near the middle-y area here, right there. So this is the spread, page 40 and 41. You got so you can see there's 4 pieces of paper. You have your earthen paper as part of this, your streak dots, your irregular weave, 2 sets of dies, 2 sets of stamps. And so we did pull in the focal images on these cards. So if you don't have these specific focal images, you'll just have to figure out, and I guess I'm curious, what have you guys been using? Or what do you plan to use if you're not going to have these? And maybe that was what it is, that not everybody bought this stamp set and you like it to match. So let's grab the espresso ink. I think we use espresso ink for a lot of this stuff. So we're going to grab the acorns with the oak leaves. Thanks, Anna Carter. Okay, so that's that one in vanilla, or stamped in espresso on the vanilla. And then we got our pumpkins. We'll go right here. Right, so there's plenty of space. I don't think you'll have a problem stamping these. Right, there's that. I don't think we need that space for anything, but who knows. And then in this one, as long as I got my ink open, I put the pumpkins in the bottom left-hand corner. So let's just grab piece of scrap paper here, and we'll put the pumpkins. I don't mind that some are getting cut off. I want the candy corn, the Indian corn to be showing here, not to be cut off. We got our pumpkins and our gourds, so that's in the bottom corner, right? So that's that one. And then as long as I have the ink open, I'm going to go over to this other one, and on here I've got the acorn and the leaves hanging from the top. So I'm going to grab that, and I'm going to have it like it's coming off the edge like this, and it's like it's hanging from the air, but it's coming off the edge of the paper, right? So our tree branch is coming down. All right, so we've got that stamping done. So I'm going to just put that back over here. And then I've got the ink open yet, so I'm just going to grab this one, and you want to make sure. So I've got little spots on here. I noticed they gave me that one. That's probably why you guys see there's a Post-it note on my kit. Like, I get the second hands, I guess. These little spots are on here, but I know that they're going to get covered up, so I'm not worried about it. And that has the Autumn Wishes. Now, it's red rubber, so you got to be really careful not to go too crooked with it. Ooh, that's good. All right. So it's stamped near the bottom. Put that right there. Okay. So that's going to go back over here. And then, you guys, we're kind of like double tasking here. We got 2 different cards going on. And that only started because we have that one piece of paper. So then this one is going to be the Grateful for You. So we're just going to get that, because then I got all the stamping done for 2 cards. And then we'll color. Got it. Nice. It was a fuzzy. So this one is Grateful for You. Okay. Hi, Yvette Lopez. Yvette, I need to message you back. I did get you registered for the Autumn Creative Escape. So we just need to connect on that when we have a moment. All right. I think I'm going to shut the ink now, because we've got all the stamping done for 2 cards. I believe we do. And so what we're going to do is color this. So you're going to need to grab some colored pencils, and you might just grab both sets of them. And if you guys watched Let's Just Stamp, you've seen me color these already. So we got our pumpkin pie. We do need from this one, we'll grab cherry cobbler and the crushed curry, which looks like calf poo, that color. And then we also need, let's see here, garden green. We'll use that for the corn leaves, husk, pumpkins. We want, I think that might be it for now. Okay. Oh, espresso. Hang on. We're going to find espresso. Is in this one, right there, hiding in the corner. All right, so for espresso, what I'm going to do is color the branches like that. And then I did use espresso to color. Oh, you guys know what? I never went and got a new blender pen after I threw it away. Oh, man. What am I going to do? All right, so then we're going to do pecan pie. Sorry. We're going to do a little pecan pie. It has a little bit of redness to it. I'm going really super light so I don't get it too dark. And then I'm going to pull in crushed curry. That gives it a little bit more of a golden acorn look. Don't be afraid to mix your two colors together. All right, so there's a little, so it makes it a little more golden. I don't know if I do this for you guys so you can see a little better. So you can see that's what it looked like with just the pecan. And then you put a little crushed curry in there. And it makes it get that golden color. And then when we blend it together, it'll look really cool. All right. Then for our leaves, I'm going to use cherry cobbler. You can see over here is what I'm working on. I'll set it like that so you can kind of see. I did, just went like scribbly all over. I'm going to do red around the edges. I don't know. That's what falling or like turning leaves look to me. I don't know. And maybe I've got it backwards, but I always feel like they're staggered in their coloring. So we're going to do red on the outside, like that. Okay, and then I pulled in the pumpkin. Use Wink Estella. Oh, good call. Thanks, Gina. I'm going to do a little bit of orangey through the middle here. Oop, I missed a spot. Did you guys ever do that? You miss an entire section of something and you're like, oops, I forgot, I didn't see it. Nancy said, we have just started, so you haven't missed much. I'll magically send you one on the 7th. I have. 7. Oh, yes, right, exactly. I would love that. I'm going to magically go find one. I'm going to go look because I got to go get my die cutting machine. I'm going to do a little bit of crushed curry in the middle then here. Right? So this is my turning leaves. All right, so I got that. Now I'm going to move over to the pumpkin. I'll finish this guy. So I don't do much craziness with the pumpkin. I just do orange. Aren't you glad we got class tonight? Orange is Gina's favorite color. She likes more of a coral orange though. Her drink container is I think her favorite color, the corally color. Corally orange. So nothing special here, just doing some scribblings. And then we're going to do this pumpkin. So it does really help to have a smooth surface underneath. You guys can't see that. I got just a little too zooms in. So it's really helpful. This glass mat really makes for a good coloring surface. And then silicone mat would also be nice. So there's that. And then we're going to use our garden green. We'll get our little husks here. There. You know, so this is garden green, but to me, the corn husks are a little bit lighter than that. So I think I'm going to also pull in some Granny Apple Green and mix that in with this to lighten it up. All right. My gourd over here is going to be crushed curry. To me, they look like a golden yellow. And then we've got some wheat spriggies coming up here, so we're just going to put a little bit of yellow in that. And then the leaves look really cool if they're a little red. Fall turning action going on with them. So we'll do a little red. We'll do these a little red too, and then maybe pull in even a little orange with them. And then what's left is our corn. and the stems. And so the corn, I'm going to do that yellow. Okay, and then the stumps. I'll do those old olive, actually. So there's an old olive in here. Hi, Patty Wright. Coming in late, but they say better late than never. So we're going to do old olive for our stumps. All right. Whoop, whoop. Got coloring done. So I'll zoom out just a little bit. Well, I'll save these colors because we might use some of these later. But I'm going to go get the die cutting machine. So we have some dies here that are from Amber Autumn. And that is where you would get this pumpkin one and this one. So this die right here is from the Amber Autumn dies. The little wheat sprig from this one is from here. There's a little oak leaf is also from this set. And then the card that we're currently working on, this really pretty intricate detailed die cut that we did it out of the earthen metallic, that comes from this die right here. Okay, so give me 20 seconds. I'm going to run and go grab the die cutting machine. I really thought I would have a blender pen in my toolkit, but I don't. All right. But you guys tell me to do a Stella pen, so I will do the Stella pen. Now, the kitties are, yeah, Hunky and Honey were sleeping upstairs. So let's just try this. We're going to go for it. Oh, yeah. There we go. That's working. So we've got our acorn color going first. So the yellow and the pecan really mix nicely together. Okay, I like that. Good job. Very nice, but we got to get that color out of here now. And then we're going to go to the brown. So I don't always have the best luck with Stella pens. I must wear them out until they're bone dry, and then they don't blend really good. But so far, we're doing amazing. That's nice. I like it. Very good. All right, the leaf action here. I'm just going to swoosh. It's like a magical thing, watching how the colored pencils, the pencil lead kind of blends back and forth when you use a blender pen or the Stella pen. This is awesome. Nice work, you guys. Stella to the rescue. She's not taking the night off. I love it. Look at that, Action Jackson. Nice. Look at that prettiness. I'll take that. I will say, though, I don't generally use StazOn. So you have to be careful. If you do too much water liquidy all over, your brown is going to bleed all over the place. All right. Gina's samplers were beautiful. I bet, because Gina makes pretty things. So we're going to do yellow. There, get our corn going. And then we'll move over here to this yellow. Very good. Like it. Wipe out some of that yellow. That says that she isn't so good at using yellow. Or Stella, I mean Stella. Okay, let's get our red maple leaves buttoned up, and then these guys over here. I like it. You guys, the Stella's nice. Something's working with me tonight with the Stella. It's magical right now that it's working so nicely. By the time we get done though, I bet that I'll have to squeeze it and get some juice in there. All right, so, what did Sherry, you can use Stella. Yes, great call, exactly. Okay, so you guys, this is gonna be awesome to watch these pumpkins in action, I hope. So we're gonna see how this oh yeah, super cool, check this out. So I'm trying not to do too much because I don't want to saturate the paper and make it bleed at all, but isn't this cool? It takes all your watercolor pencil lines away and it fills in all the nooks and crannies. And you guys, see, look at the difference. I'm so excited. Good job, you guys. See, teamwork makes the dream work. Don't even need to use the blender pen. That's awesome. Look at that. It's like night and day. Okay, let's get up here. And then you're also putting your Stella juice all over so that you're getting a little shimmerific going on. Just be careful. Don't get too much of the ink mixed in with your pumpkins or they get dirty pumpkins. All right, and then you wipe it out, get that color out of the Stella pen so it's there and ready to use the next time. Yay! How exciting is this prettiness? Okay, so we are going to cut those apart. And then what we can do is set this one up on here. And we'll die cut this one. So you guys, did you hear? For those peeps that are not Stampin' Up! Demonstrators right now, starting October 1st, there is a new joining special that is like pretty phenomenal. It'll knock your socks off. It's probably one of the best deals that you could ever ask for joining. And once you join, you'll get a 20% discount. If you want to see the details on it, just to let you guys know, you can go to my website. So, Cards by Christine, and if you go to join my team, I've got the information here already. So, big news, October 1st through the 31st, you get $125 worth of product for $35, or you get $189 worth of stuff for $99. So I think we figured out 189 minus 99 is an extra $90 worth of product. And on top of that, if you take classes with Gina or Julie Bierschbach, two girls on my team, or Jenna, there's Carissa as well. So if you take any of the other classes, like the gals that are on my team, and you want to help support them by joining their team, that you also are joining my team. So you're helping two people. You're helping somebody on my team and you're helping me, which is amazing. We've got a couple girls on my team who are working hard, including, so Gina and Julie are working towards Silver Elite. Jenna and Jay Shante just hit it, so it's super cool. And so if you're looking to join an awesome and amazing community and want to help out either me or anybody else on my team to promote or join our teams to help. So if you would help join Julie or Gina's team, you're helping them promote, which is in essence going to end up helping me promote. So, but that's what I wanted to put out there. And I know Gina talked about it on her live when she was live last. And I know Julie will talk about it when she goes live again. So good stuff, you guys. It's like, it's probably like the sign up special of like the best that they've probably ever had in many years. I know when I joined in 2012, I could join, it was a $25 starter kit, but you only got $25 worth of product. They're giving you an extra $90 worth of product. That's pretty phenomenal, you guys. All right, so we're gonna continue now. We're done with that. We're just gonna work our way on one card now. We've done a lot of prep work for 2 cards, but we're gonna pull this one out. So we've already got the Grateful for You. We've already stamped our inside. I think my 90 days will be up mid to end of October. Oh man, I bet that's so exciting. Yay. Super cool. I love it. So if you need to poke anything out of this guy, you might consider doing that now before you start putting any glue. And the die cutters are never required to do all the hokey pokey for you guys. That's always on you. They do enough to get these die cuts ready so they don't go through. If they get stuck on in their machine, that's one thing. But if they stay stuck in here, then you guys can always pop them out yourself. And so you're just gonna work your way around. See I missed one right there. Sometimes it's hard to see them. And then we got another one over here, and right there, right there. Oh, one right there yet. Oh, Kelly, Gina, yes, that was me. So, Kelly, sorry I joined late, but why did you use Stays On versus Memento? I didn't use Stays On, and I didn't use Memento, Kelly. I didn't use either one of those. I actually used espresso. I used water-based espresso ink. Hi, Mary Lemke. So I used espresso because I actually wanted everything to have the brown undertones for my stuff because it was matching the card better. And it's water-based, so you got to be super careful when you're coloring with watercolored pencils and you use water-based ink because it can blend with it, right? So you just got to be careful. I have heard that if you do your stamping the day before and allow it to really dry overnight, that does help too, that it dries really good. Chris and I would love for you to have you join our team. Absolutely. Yeah, Yvette is so excited. I bet those were some long 90 days, girlfriend. So it was so awesome that you were able to even help us do the display for the escape on top of it. I really loved your Peaceful Days display of that. All right, so I'm not going to stamp anything on the inside. I will just get glue happy and get that glued in. We're also going to glue this one down right off the bat. Let's do these. Oh, no, I don't use Stays On for this kind of stuff. Generally, I never use Stays On. I was talking to Pat Smothers about it yesterday. She called and asked about it and about using Stays On an acetate sheet. And I said, no, what did I do here? Oh, yeah, this needs to go on here. I was like, I can't put beige on beige. Beige goes on the espresso. So you guys, and how many times have you seen me use Stays On in the last 2 years? I would have to say I could count it on one hand the number of times I've used Stays On. I don't use it very. I know I've used it because I absolutely love the way it smells. So I'll always open it up and smell it and get that awesome almondy smell. But I don't use Stays On very often. All right, I don't remember if I burnished this. We're just gonna do that really quick. And then you've got this awesome sauce piece. There's one left. When it's all said and done, there's still one more. So I have this set up, so there's a leaf angling this way, and I have that one in the top corner instead of like this. Who said never? Very true. Very true. I make everything work with my water-based inks. Now, Gina, if you're talking to Gina, I am sure that Gina will tell you that she uses Stays On probably on a more regular basis. Gina is our watercolor queen, and she absolutely loves to do the different aqua painters and blender pens with, oh, there's even one more right here. She loves it. And with that, you got to be super careful, especially with really adding water to your project. Your ink will bleed all over the place. Oh, come on, get off of there. There you are. All right. So let's get you guys gone. I'm going to flip this over. And so the crazy thing I will say about this die is it's not exactly 5 1/4, like the die itself is not proportioned to be 5 1/4 by 4. It's skinnier on the sides as the top. So we chose, instead of having it to be less foil, we wanted to have the margin all the way around the edge the same. There's just a little bit more foil on the top and the bottom. Yeah, I have Stays On too. I just don't use it very often. All right, so you gotta be careful with foil because if you get glue all over it, it will be smeary. All right, and then what you need to do is grab the brown piece. I wonder if I put that in the scrapyard. I put that in the scrapyard. Yep, I put that in the scrapyard accidentally. So we're gonna grab this and we're gonna put a little liquid glue behind here. And I've got the same distance on the left, the right, and the bottom. So that just gets situated right there. And then for the pumpkin, what I did is I staged tear-in tape along the back here. So we'll have 2 waiting in the wings for good measure. And then we'll put 1 underneath here. And you should grab your irregular weave ribbon. I was going to say trim and ribbon, and I said tribbon. And I'm going to do a loop, and a tail, and a tail. And look at this! I've never seen this before. Look what they did. They stitched it together with white. I don't know if you guys can see that. They took white thread and looped them together to continue them. So if I cut this white ribbon, this will come apart. And that's interesting. So there's all this white ribbon. Somebody took and sewed that together. They did that. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I'll be okay, because what I'm going to do is underneath the edge over here, I'm going to attach it to my tear-in tape. What? Gina never uses Stays-On? Only on a slippery surface. So yeah, like an acetate sheet or vellum. That's where I would use Stays-On. So we're going to make a small loop here, and then we're going to bring this back and make another loop. So there was just enough there to do my 2 loopy loops. And then I'm going to stage a little tear-in tape right there. So normally I would have kept going, but because I got some weird wonkiness in my ribbon, I'm going to make a tail now, right there. And then grab your ribbon scissors. You can, let's go this way, that. And then I have a nice cut end there. So I'm going to take advantage of that and put that right there. And then take my scissors and trim that and grab the tear-in tape and sandwich that. So that's what we've got going on there. And then what I'll do is pop the rest of this up with some dimensionals. The one thing I don't know if you guys would catch, but the corn here, I did take a scissors and I continued the cut up so that the corn is slightly overlaying the label. So just take your scissors and trim right up, just up in between there. And then you can continue putting dimensionals on this back side. I think I got them all over the place. So what I'm going to do is not take them off right here because I'm going to have to tuck my leaves in. So I'm going to leave that one on. I can grab the rest of these off. And that gets staged over on the more towards the left. And I've got that, you can see the designer paper there. And I've already got my ribbon trim, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm not going to push this down really hard in case I want to adjust anything. And then here, I'm going to grab my scissors and trim at an angle. You could make it bannered. You could leave it 90 degrees. It's however you want to see it. And then for this one, I'm going to also use some dimensionals. And we'll put 3 of them on the back. And I'm only going to take off the outer 2. Now I'm going to leave that middle one because I want to get my leaves kind of tucked in. So remember that one corn is going to go up and over a little bit. So we've got that right about there. Okay, these guys, I would definitely stella them, and it's easier to stella them before they go on the card. Like that. And there it is. So how I would do these is grab a glue dot, and we're going to put that towards the base here of both of them, like that. So I would put the green leaf, kind of nestles right in where the corn ends. You can kind of stick that in there. And then this one, to remember I didn't take that dimensional back off, so I should be able to stick this kind of in there, lift that up, like that. All right, now you're wondering, well, do I take those backs off of my dimensionals? Yes, you can. If you lift this up ever so slightly, you can get in here. I got it right out. Grab that dimensional back, Same with this one. You can just lift this up so slightly and grab your dimensional back out. And now that will help stick down. And then you could also secure this a little bit better by putting a little dot of glue kind of near the top. You don't need a lot. So there's a little there. And then otherwise they kind of hang loose. So just a little bit. I wouldn't put that glue on until you know that they're exactly where you want them. And then I've got the streak dots to go on here. I just did 3. So you could do a big and a small over here. A big, a small. And then you could do a big or a small on the other side over here. So I just happened to grab the big one. So on this one I used a small, just so you can see over here I used the big. So they work good, interchangeable. Whew. All right, there we go. We got our first card officially done. That's all right. We're staged and ready to go for our next one. So on that one, I would definitely grab your envelope bay, and you could use this on here. And so you can see here, not all of it is going to need to be glued. So when I do this glue, don't go all the way to the edge, otherwise you're going to have exposed glue. You'll get that all over your scissors. So this is cool because it'll match your envelope, will match your card. And then just grab your scissors, get it going that way. We're going to go all the way over to here, and then flip it back over so you're looking at it from the top. And now you can straighten that out. And so you've got that and that, and a complete set. Gotta love it. Perfect. All right, not too shabby for our first one. Absolutely love when they do dies like this, where they have that intricate die cut pattern. So there's another one. They have one with snowflakes as well. Okay, well there one is done. We'll move on over to this one right away. Let's see what we got here. And already got the acorns and the leaves colored, so we can just set this off to the side. Didn't end up using this, so I'm gonna put that in my scrapyard. Thanks, Cindy. All right, so what's this guy? And got the envelope flap. I've already did my autumn wishes. We used the earthen paper, and you can see here, we definitely multitasked on our paper. We die cut a couple things out of here so that you won't see them, right? We've got our inside done, got that. You have a little brown arm that stretches across. You have 2 brown pieces here. One is for your inside mat, and then one is for your outside mat, right? Because it's ink, paper, scissors, we got everything double matted for you on the inside. So we got pecan pie, and yep, so there's a divot, haha, I knew that. Perfect. So we got our envelope here. So when I cut this flap, I cut it a little bit bigger. So here's the question, would you do the trees or this? I actually like this side better, so I'm going to go ahead and put glue all over here. That is the earthen paper, and that is part of the Autumn Toile. So in this set, Anna, if you go to page 40 of the new mini catalog, it's this paper right up here. It's called Earthen Metallic. Earthen toned metallic paper. You get 3 sheets for $7.50. All right, so we've got this going on here, so we can go ahead. This time you'll see everything back here. There it is. Oh, I did it backwards, you guys. Did you hear me say that I really wanted the other side? And then I went for it. I went for, and you know what? That looks okay too. I'm all right with it. I can handle it. I'm a big girl. I make decisions and then I mess them up. So that's okay. No worries. So let's go ahead. we'll glue this piece, and then we'll go ahead and glue this one onto here. And then the other thing we can glue are these two things together. Now, I will say I don't generally use liquid glue with foily paper, so we'll go ahead and just use tear and tape on that in a hot second here. So we're gonna do that onto our espresso for the outside mat. And then we've got our vanilla. Yep, and no worries. It is definitely currant, and it's foil, and it's earthen, and it's metallic. So, yep, it's good. So this one, what I would do is put tear and tape on this. So when it comes to foil paper, it's very slippery. So the glue is not going to stick right off the bat. So what I actually will do is just use tear and tape back here. And when you put this on, you want to just make sure that you get it in the exact spot right off the bat, because when you use tear and tape, there's no forgiveness really. Like it is where it is. I was yelling at you to turn the paper. I didn't hear you, Mimi. I'm so sorry. But you know what? It shows you that I think it will actually look really nice. It's okay. I'm good with it. So with this one, here's how I would do this, because I don't necessarily know where my arm's going to go. And sometimes I end up putting things in the middle and then I don't like where they are. So how I would do this is I would stage the back of this with the dimensionals. So we're going to put 2, 4, 6, like that. And I'm only going to pick off the top 2. And this is centered top to bottom. And because I'm only putting the 2 on, it's going to allow me to figure out where I want to put the arm through the back, right? So if I would have put it in the middle, it would be right through the middle, which is fine. And this guy's going to go here, right? But then it's like the arm is in the way of that, right? So this, by putting the dimensionals only on the top, it gives you the ability to play with this. I think what I'm going to do is stage this on here so you guys can see what I mean. So we're going to put some dimensionals on here. And I do like to use multiple types of adhesive on one thing. So on this one, I want my stuff to be popped up there, but I want my stem to be planted flat. Oops, that just stuck on my thumb. Come on, little guy. So we're going to put a little liquid glue right there. So we're going to stage that on here. I've got this lined up. You can line it up with the vanilla, or you could line it up, I'm going to do it with the vanilla though, just like that. Like that. Okay. So again, we don't have the arm here. Hi, Joy Moody. Better late than never. So now you can play with this. Eyeball it. See what's aesthetically pleasing to your eye. So if it's in the center, it's going to be up here. And I think that, to me, that's too high. So now I can go and play with it and see where it ends up that I think it looks the best. So if you get down here, I think that's too low. And if you go right about, it's like you want baby bear, right? To be, or you want mama bear, baby bear, and papa bear. You got to have just right. So I'm thinking right there is where I would like to see this. Hello, Jolene. Delinquent tutorial writer reporting for class. Not spending much time here because I have to finish one other tutorial, but I'll do IPS tonight. Perfect. So yeah, I was telling everybody that we're waiting on 3. We're waiting on IPS and Fun Folds and Technique Club class, and then also the creative presentation. And I bet people are like, oh man, they're glad they're not in Jolene's shoes right now. So I got my glue on, and I think it was right about there is where I wanted to see that. So now that I have that glued, make sure I got it straight. If there's any part that's hanging over the edge, you can grab your scissors and give it a little haircut. Oh, you betcha, Jolene. We are good. Your big week at work went well, but not much time for other pursuits. Totally understand. No worries. Yes, picture you drowning. So we're going to put some tear and tape now across the back. You're actually going to need it staged with the 2 on the back, and I would actually, we'll just do 2 for now. But now that we've got that, remember we can't take this quite yet because we got to get ribbon behind there. You're going to want to take 2, oopsies, ink down. Hang on, let me wipe that up. Oopsies. My stamp fell down. So we're gonna just take this now, and it's about 5 inches is what I would do. And then one is kind of on top of the other. So I think I have the top one on the top. So on this, make sure you pick these off. And we'll put the bottom one down first. Yeah, everybody gets it, Jolene. I told everybody you don't have like a normal 9-to-5 job. You have a 9-to-5 job, but you work more than 9 to 5. And it's just time consuming. And any time that you could put into it is amazing, that you can help us get the tutorials written. And that you have a family and a household to keep up. It's a lot of work. So we're gonna put this next one down here. And I'm centering this so I have the same amount of brown on both the top and the bottom. And flip that, catch the tear and tape. You guys, I never look at the back while I do this. I just know the tear and tape is there, and I wanna make sure it's straight across the front. So I hold it, and then I just flip those tails back. And then once I know they're on, I take more tear and tape across like this, and you can pick those off. And what we'll do is we'll glue both of these and put one on the inside. You don't need to put more glue where the tear and tape is because it's already got adhesive there. So this one will go outside here. And then we'll put the other one on the inside. Like this. You could definitely color your focal image on the inside. No worries. Definitely do that if you want. And then you just got to remember to come back here and flip this up and grab your dimensionals like that. All right. You can see that the leaves look slightly different. Like you're never going to get them exactly the same when you do watercoloring. And then you grab your streak dots, and I've got a big one, small one right there, and then do another one here. And I think a small one fits really good right here. All right. Now, did you want to Stella something? Oh, we did already. Ha ha. We colored with our Stella pen. I love it. So there you go. 2 of them. Lickety split. It was good that we did a little bit of that prep work ahead of time. And I do like the envelope. I don't mind it at all. It matches very nicely. I'll take it, right? Perfect. Wunderbar. All right, so that is number 2. So we've got these 2 done so far. And then, ooh, are we gonna save the tree for last? Oh man, what should we do? So to tree or not to tree? That is the question. All right, let's do the easy one, and then we'll warm ourselves up. Okay, so we'll grab out this guy, and we have our envelope flap. Let's go ahead and glue that right off the bat. I think we have to use this side just because it matches the card. The other side doesn't really match it. So we'll do our pheasants. Thanks, Kelly. Thanks, Sue. All right, so we're gonna do this. All right, do up to that. And we'll come around over here. And once we've got that side rounded, we'll flip it over and we'll, oh, there's just a little bit. It's not even that much, but just enough that you can see it. Just like that. Okay, so that looks nice. I can handle that. And then for this one in your kit, on the Mossy Meadow, you've got your nested essential dies. You've got a crumb cake bush, dead bush, and you've got a earthen metallic dead bush. You've got some plaster of Paris embossed grass here, and 2 crumb cakes and a white, 2 turntables and a microphone. That's where it's at. All right, so let's grab our corners, make sure they're flush, burnish nicely. And for this, we're gonna do our stamperooing. So we got thank you, no, thank you. We got our bush there and this little guy. So let's get stamp happy. Because I think that we used espresso for every card. So you only needed 1 ink pad really for this. Thank you. That comes from a set. It is called Textured Notes. totes my goats. We have thank you and then a little note of appreciation. So let's grab that stuff. I have it out on the blocks already. So we've got a little note. Okay, so we got our big dead bush over here. So let's grab that. It's not dead. This one actually has foliage going on. So we're going to put this over here. You could definitely color that in with some green. That would be pretty. And then what we're going to do is a little note of appreciation. And I'll move that over to the left a little bit. If you centered it, it would be kind of competing for the bush. So what I did is I stamped that first, and then I kind of centered it based off of that. And then for the thank you, I'm going to flip it over and do that on the back side just to see once. Ooh, that's a little high. So I'm going to bring it down just a itsy bitsy. I'm waiting for October to buy it to meet your quarterly requirements. Perfect. I kept looking at the gold, thinking that is so much darker. I just added. Perfect, Anna. Great. I'm glad you got it in your cart. Oh, yeah, that's good. All right. So that's it for Stamparooing. I'll set you off to the side. Now let's get glue happy. All right, so let's do this one and this one. If you wanted, you could have used that on the inside too, right? But I'm going to put that to the scrapyard for now. All right, there's that. So we would need to put these on the crumbs that are from the cake. Crumb cake. Like that. And then this one can go right there. All right, now for this one, you need to manipulate this paper. Right now it's embossed with the Plaster of Paris embossing folder, which is on last chance or gone by now, not certain, but I saw it on last chance. You need to rip off the top. And so I usually use my middle finger. It just feels weird with my index finger. So I use my middle finger and I pull forward. For my right hand, I pull forward. And when you do that, it leaves the fraying fuzziness on the top. Some people are left-handed, and some people go this way with it. So I guess it's whatever way you want to see it. And so I'm just going to use, if you don't have strong nails, you don't want to necessarily use your nails either. You might take the edge of your hand, your finger like that, and do that. So I got a hill right there when I did that. So I'm just going to go back to using my fingernail like that. If you do get a Humpty Hump like that, you can always bring it down, but it's going to get covered up. Okay, so we're going to glue this flat. I'm not going to put glue right close to the edge there because I want to get my crumb cake bush down there. All right, so we're just going to go like that. So this should go end to end, hopefully. When you do emboss with the plaster, it shrinks the paper a little bit. So I think we intentionally cut it long so that you would have to trim a little because we'd rather it be too long than too short and that you see the crumb cake edge. So we did have it so that you got to cut that off, I think. And then what we can do is glue these two pieces down. Mimi says, doesn't the little dead tree have a die that makes leaves to glue on the tree? Oh, you know what? We can take a look. You know, you could very well be correct. We'll take a look here in 1 microsecond. Well, more like 10 microseconds. All right, so that's there. This goes on here. We're in our marsh right now. So let's go look here. They are from the set called Autumn Trees. So this goes with the tree. So I don't know if you're talking about this one. I mean, maybe. This is meant to go over the top with the tree here. So I don't know if this is what you're talking about. I'm pretty sure, unless no. Well, yeah, because this guy is from this set. I don't have it in here because we're using these for the Wounded Warrior card. We pulled it in for the card that has the everyday arches. This guy right here. We put it in espresso back there. So I don't have the die in here because the die cutters are die cutting away, but I don't know if there's foliage for that. Hi, Linda. Late hunt for the party. Late for the party. All right. So what I did is I popped this one up with dimensionals like that, and then our crumb cake has the little bit of ribbon coming out the side. Remind me when you sign up with Stampin' Up, you're good for the first 3 months, meaning there's no, okay, you're actually a vet. Here's the deal. Get this. If you sign up on, let's say you sign up on October 1st. I know you have to wait till sometime in the middle of the month for your 90 days to be up. But let's say somebody isn't in a pending period where you have to wait. If you sign up on October 1st, your first quarter is waived. So all of October, November, and December, there's no requirement. You get waived. So your first full quarter starts January, and then you would have January, February, and March. So you would have until March 31st to put in your first 300. So you technically have 6 months. Like if you sign up on October 1st, you have about 6 months. Now, if you sign up on the last day of the quarter, which is December 31st, your first quarter was October through December 31st. So you're waived the first quarter, and you still have till March 31st to put in your first $300. So when you sign up at the beginning of a quarter, that is always the best because you, in essence, have almost 6 months. You have just shy of, I'm just going to fold this in half and put it on the back. You have just shy of 6 months. If you sign up on the last day of the quarter, you really have like a quarter, basically, right off the bat. So I'm just going to take my scissors now and just trim this at an angle on the top. So, and then on top of it, if you don't do it by that last day, you go into pending the next month. And then you have still 30 more days to do it. Just going to fold that back and cut that at an angle. So I've got a little diagonal tail coming out there. And then I think what we're going to do is glue this, or let's see, we could pop that up or glue it flat. I think I'm just going to use tear and tape. So your first quarter is always waived. So regardless of when you sign up in the quarter, that first quarter is waived. And then you have the next full. So no, but if you do $300 in that first quarter, it counts, right? Like let's say you sign up on October 1st and you don't put another order in until March 31st. Like, okay, like if you do $300 that first month of your 6 months, you're set, right? As long as you do $300 within your first partial quarter and second quarter, you're good to go, right? So it carries over. So anything you do in that first partial quarter, it counts. It doesn't disappear. It counts. So we got that guy going here. Now this one, I didn't put glue too close to the edge here, so I can still pick this up and tuck that in there. I'm gonna use some glue dots. Oh, your daughter-in-law, it's perfect because you get your sister-in-law and your daughter-in-law to sign up. Perfect. That is awesome. That is, I mean, you guys, you can't beat the sign-up special that they have coming up next month. It is going to be out of this world. Like $90 extra worth of product is what you're going to get. That is the biggest deal of the century. I don't know, not the century, but for a while, right? I can't tell you if they've had, I don't think I've ever seen one better. And the great thing about it too is on your starter kit, you don't pay shipping, right? So if you're getting $189 worth of product, you're saving shipping on that. And so if you get $189 worth of product times 11%, you're saving almost $21 of shipping. You're also getting a past paper pumpkin that is, it's not a current one, it's one from the past. So I'm going to just tuck this in slightly over here so it's going to be a little taller. And then this one's going to come right off to the side here. And there's not a lot of stuff holding it down. So what we're going to do is grab our liquid glue now that I know where they are. And I'm just going to flip them back and put a little dot of glue to help stabilize them. There it is. All right. If that will help one of your team members, but they won't continue because they don't craft. So yes, Yvette, it would absolutely help somebody on my team. because the sheer fact of somebody joining their team is what helps them promote. If they choose to never order again, like your sister-in-law or your daughter-in-law, if they that's their prerogative. If they never want to order ever again or take advantage of the 20%, that's not a problem. If they solely want to get the starter kit, that there's no stopping them from doing that. And yes, it absolutely would help on the team. It would definitely help. Definitely, absolutely. Susan Bellamy, who's watching right now too. So Susan's super excited. I told her today that she has the dollar amount to be Silver Elite, and she has somebody on her team, Christine, who it has the dollar amount to be a silver. So I'm like, Susan, let's get chop. Let's find some girls to join your team. And then Susan would also promote to Silver Elite. You guys, we have 3 people on my team that are working their butts off to get the sales, and it's always hard to find the people to join. So if there are people that want to join our team, the Be Happy Stampers, for whatever your prerogative is, I can't say, like, if you want to join to work it, join to get your discount, join it to have a hobby. It's however you choose to do it. If you stay active for a little bit and then you drop, that's up to you. And if you want to stay active for a year or 2, that's up to you. But we have people on the team that are always working to build the business. And so it's very helpful if we have people to help join their team too. And we're all one happy community, right? So yes, Yvette, it would be great. Just let's get in touch and we'll coordinate that. Absolutely. They would love it, right? So Julie's on target. We're working with Julie's on target to hopefully, the goal is to promote in October. We're working Gina's team, helping Gina, and they're both doing this boot camp. Gina and Julie, I think Julie is, I know Gina is, I don't know if Julie's, but there's a boot camp that's going on right now too. And those girls are helping to get learn what they can to help grow their business. And so that would be super cool. I know that like Jenna's doing the boot camp, Maria's doing the boot camp. And I know down the road too, Maria's goal is ultimately to promote to silver as well. So definitely it helps us big time. And it was super cool because Jay Shante and Jenna Helms both promoted last month to Silver Elite, which helped me promote to Platinum, which is super cool. So I'm going to take my Stella pen and I think I'm just going to Stella our marsh down here, our marshy land here. And then I think I'll Stella that guy a little bit. Yes, Susan Bellamy said she would love it. Absolutely. It would be so super cool. Look at Susan. Susan, it wasn't even on your radar, I bet. But now it is. So, yeah. And you guys, honestly, there's no better time than next month to join Stampin' Up. Yes, Joy Moody, too. Yeah, Joy, you just promoted to silver. And I bet in that matter of time, you'll have the sales to be Silver Elite. And you've already got somebody on your team working, I think. So that's awesome. Yeah. The key to being Silver Elite, a lot of people, so Silver Elite is $3,600 in rolling sales, but the key is having somebody on your team. So a lot of times people can get the $3,600 because if you're a hobbyist and you're enjoying Stampin' Up! Products, it's about $300 a month on average, and that is your $3,600. It's having somebody join your team, right? So that's the key to be silver. And then the key to being Silver Elite is having a silver on your team. So it's somebody joining your team that also loves Stampin' Up! And loves the product and spends about $300 on a monthly basis, which equates to $3,600. And then it's having them have somebody on their team, right? So, but you also would need to have 5 total people. So it's building a team and having that silver on your team. All right, here you go. She is working to Silver Elite. You sure are. Yay. Joy needs a team member. Yes. Well, to be Silver Elite, you need 5 people on your team, and one of them needs to be a silver, right? And you need to have $7,200 in rolling sales, right? So usually people can get this. It's having people join. So, all right, there's our 3rd card, lickety split, and we have 1 left to do. And this one is going to be the Wowzer card, I think, that you guys, it's not hard, but what's happening is there's some intense coloring on this one. Lots of coloring. And you think, oh my gosh, can I color that? Can I make a card like that? You sure can. I'm going to show you it. And Laura was just going to ask for the amount. Yeah, so how it works is you double things. To qualify is $900. And then to hit Bronze Elite is $1,800, right? 900 and 900 is $1,800. And then to hit Silver is $1,800 and $1,800 is $3,600. And then to do Silver Elite is 3,600, and 3,600, which is 7,200. So it just doubles every time. All right, so let's grab our envelope and let's get this one right off the bat. So that covers up the whole thing. So let's do that. And as long as I've got glue going on, we're going to glue and cover up our foxes. And then what happens is, as you have the sales, and those are doubling, when you're silver, it's one person joining your team. And then to do silver elite, it's 5 people on your team with one of them being a silver. So, and then the next one after that is gold. And gold is when you have a silver elite on your team. So, yay, it's awesome. The best part about all of it, though, is just the building of the community. You guys know what we have here. It's amazing. And it's just being together with like-minded people, and it's always great to get a discount. So like joining Stampin' Up is kind of like having a Costco or a Sam's Club membership, if I could say something like that. That's what I like. You pay for your starter kit, which is your amount, whatever that is. Like in this case, it could be $35. And then after that, you get a 20% discount. And once you promote to Bronze Elite, you get a 25% discount. And every quarter, then you spend so much to stay active to get that discount. So it's kind of like a membership program, right? And then what you're doing is you're shopping from yourself, and sometimes your friends will want to buy things from you, or your family does, and that helps you keep your active, your status. Okay, so there was a little bit here yet that needs to get cut off, but I guess that's what I would equate it to. It's not scary by any means to join Stampin' Up, and there are no Stampin' Up police ever that come after you when you drop. I would probably remind you that, like, hey, you're really close to staying active. Like, if you do another 20 bucks, you'll stay active for another quarter. Like, that's all I ever do. Is I never pressure. I mean, all those people on my team that are watching right now, how often do I bug you? I don't bug. I'm so busy, I don't bug people. So, unless they want to be bugged. All right, so I just had to pop out a little bit there. You had reached silver in your first 6 months, but never achieved silver elite because I didn't recruit 4 more members, as I wasn't selling. That makes sense, Yvette. But, and it always is timing too. Like, you maybe didn't do it that time, but who's to say you don't do it this next time? All right, so I'm gonna look at this. I wanted my brown to be near the top there. And then what we're gonna do is, this guy's gonna go here, and then we gotta do a tree. Okay, let's keep going here. I ahead of myself here. Let's look and see what else is in here. All right. Yes, Yvette, your very best customer. So you have 2 pieces of white in here, you guys. You gotta be careful. You have a little white for your sentiment, but when you go into here, the white that's right next to the brown is for your inside, and this top piece is almost the same size. It's a little bit bigger though, right? So that is for your tree, right? So let's take and burnish this so that that's done. Stacy, have you already posted a flyer about the fundraiser for the Wounded Warrior yet? I don't want to miss signing up. I did. So right now, today, oh gosh, you guys, if I show you my email, it's gonna be a hot mess here. So let's go to card classes. I think I just, hang on. I get so many emails in a day. It's not even funny. So Cards by Christine. If you go to, I sent it this morning around 11:30. Hang on. Rumble, da-da-da. Where did I do it? 11:56. Chase, here. No. 2:02 it was. So Stacy, I sent an email today at 2:02. So if you don't get emails from my Cards by Christine, you might consider joining my email, cardsbychristine.com, and signing up to get emails from me. So I did just post this. So if you don't want to get emails, that's okay. You would just need to go to my events calendar. So this email did publish today, got lots of information in here, right? But if you don't want to get emails from me or anybody else that doesn't, you just need to toggle to November 1st. And that's where I've had this posted out here since January already. You could go in and click on this to get pay for it via my website. If you don't want to pay for it via my website and save the convenience fee, just send me an email and we'll get you signed up. You could email cbcenroll@gmail.com. And that's right here, the cbcenroll@gmail.com. Back to the espresso ink. Your hubby has his biopsy in the AM. Please say a prayer for him. Definitely, we will do that, Judy. Joy. I was looking up above. So, and thinking about a tree. I was just thinking, I never use this Mac Daddy block, you guys. This is the biggest one of them all, and I don't ever generally use it, but it's too big to hold and stamp this way, right? So what I might do is consider just doing this upside down. So I'm going to call this my upside down stamping. Yes, Joy, prayer. Mimi said prayers for you, Joy, and your husband. Definitely agree. Lots of prayers coming your way. So I'm going to do upside down stamping here, or inking. So you can do this two ways. You're going to do this upside down. It's easier to hold the ink pad than it is to hold this. And you could do this by putting your paper on here and just rubbing it, or now what you could do is pick this up and put this on here. You should have enough space to stamp this tree. Now, you don't have this tree. What tree are you using? Or maybe you're not even using a tree. Maybe you're doing something completely off the wall. All right. Oh, thanks, Cindy, for answering that. November 1st is the date for that event, and you can already get signed up. And I know in the past, Stacy, sometimes you get kits for you and your friends too. So if you want multiple, you guys, we're kitting up 200. That is our goal. We're at 50 right now. So we have 150 more that we're looking to get registered for the Wounded Warrior. And just know your donation, the $40 donation, all goes to the Wounded Warrior Project. Okay, there's our tree. All right, very nice. Then there's one more thing that needs to get stamped. Well, two more. Let's see here. Oh, I got the deer. So expressing heartfelt gratitude and thankful for you. So that's from Gathering Moments. So Gathering Moments is for an online exclusive. I grabbed thankful for you, expressing heartfelt gratitude. That is from this set. And it is right here. Expressing heartfelt gratitude is on this white piece right here. Cindy said, I will be signing up for after looking at the October show. Perfect. So you guys, I created the October class sign up already. And I'll show it to you really quick. Just because tomorrow I'll have an email with it. And if I go here, October registration. So this is what's coming. I'll send you guys the link for this. It's registration with classes for October. And it starts off with your information that I need, like normal. Ink, paper, scissors, Peaceful Days on Earth. We'll have this cover photo added on Saturday morning for the Traditions of Christmas. Sign design is already done. October monthly is going to be added tonight or tomorrow. And then Technique Club class will be added once I have that from Rose. We have the order-based class. It's the Blast from the Past Blackberry Beauty order-based class. Okay, so we've got that. And then I added a section here for the Wounded Warrior card benefit. And you can sign up for how you want your kits or your cards and attending in person. I don't know why I have a maybe. I need to take the maybe off of there. That should not be there. Okay, and then if you're going to order to get any of these classes for free, would you like any past things? This is an open text box for you guys to put whatever you want. And then, do you want to sign up for the Fall Paper Palooza? I got to add the cover photo for that yet. Do you want a DSP sampler? Do you want a holiday mini catalog share? Do you want sweet shares? So all this stuff is still available. If you're looking for the printed Beekeeper's Guide, how do you want it shipped? And then how do you plan to pay? So it's ready. I just got to share the link with you guys. I got to make that small little update and we should be good to go. Because there's no maybes in stamping. We're either in or we're out. So, all right. We got Big Bambi here and Big Daddy Bambi. I am going to grab this and just work with this. I don't generally like to keep stamps on the back, but I think I can handle that. We're going to put that here. And that's because we've got the deer on the outside here. And then the last little guy for stamping it's from Gathering Moments. I think thankful. I pulled it out. All right, let's think where you are. Right here, right in front of my face. So thankful for you. Right there. One-stop shopping. Yes. Oh, that's perfect. I heard so many people last month told me what they love the most about this is after watching the showcase, sometimes you're confused and you don't know what is what. So by seeing the picture of the cards and then signing up, that was really helpful for people last month. So I agree. I'm so glad that we've got that set up. And I'll be honest with you, that helped me immensely on Monday when we were doing shipping. If I had any questions about what anybody was getting, I could go to that form. Like, so that when you guys fill that out, it populates a spreadsheet for me. It's got your name and it's got all your answers. And if I questioned or doubted or wondered about something, I could go to that spreadsheet and I could be like, oh, what did Linda Hunt sign up for? And I'm in the process of making her package, and I could just double check that she signed up for 3 classes, and I have these 3 classes ready to ship, and that's what's going in. And I physically look at them, and then I highlight them on the spreadsheet before I put them in the package, and then it's helping us. So it's big time. Amazing. So even if you filled out the Palooza registration, which is a different registration form, this would definitely help even just filling this out, because it's 2 different spreadsheets that I'm managing. So it's a little bit extra work, but it was amazing to do shipping. It was so hardly stressful at all. I just absolutely loved it. It made it really enjoyable. So we need some colors here. We need cherry cobbler. We need early espresso. We need some pumpkin pies and some crushed curries. And that might be it. We have no greenery in here. Well, we have lots of greenery, but we don't have any green. All right. So, espresso. Let's start with that. All right, this trunk, and then you've got branches going up everywhere. And when you think you got them all, you got more. So, we're going to just go crazy. I scribbled a lot with this because it's so much coloring. Coloring can be like not so exciting when your hand starts to get sore. So we're gonna go down here. All right, but that's not it. There's stuff all over up in here. So let's go there. There's a little brown action up there. We've got some up there, in here. It's everywhere. There, all right. So if you find more, definitely add more. But for now, I think that looks good. All right, what did I do? So I think I had no rhyme or reason to what I was doing. And I'm gonna start with pumpkin pie, right? Trust me, this is a mishmash of watercolor pencils here. So I just went all over, and I went sporadically. You're gonna think, wow, that's all she did to make it look like that. Because right now you're like probably second guessing me and my coloring abilities. All right, we're gonna do a little there. We're gonna come this way. I realized I have only a Stella pen too. I don't have a blender pen. So we're gonna see what happens here. But I'm just gonna go through like that. Okay, let's zoom in so you guys can see this S show here, what's going on here. So that's it, really. Like, okay, there's our lines. Now, I am also gonna go this way too, because my tree has some like line edge action going this way. I'm gonna actually go back this way too, because that will help us with the streaky line action. All right, so there's that. We're gonna go this way. All right, so you're like, that's really orange, but it's all right, don't worry. Then we're gonna do yellow. Thanks for answering that, Cindy. It is Saturday. So crushed curry. All right, so let's get some crushed curry in here. And I'm gonna make sure I go over the pumpkin pie. It's okay. But I'm gonna hit some of these other areas that I haven't done. So when you see a tree out in nature and it's doing this stuff, like where it's changing its colors, there's no rhyme or reason to it, I don't think. It's like you look at the tree and it's got a whole mixture of colors. All right, so we're gonna do yellow over the, right? Okay, so already that's starting to hurt right through there. That's why I'm not always so excited about so much coloring. Oh, I missed a whole section of tree there. Do you see that? Look at that. Let's get that area there. Oh, look, I missed a chunk of tree right there. All right, so we're still doing the curry. All right, look at that. Nice, very nice. All right. I stopped breathing when I was doing that, it seemed. I was out of breath. And then we're gonna do red, cherry cobbler. We're gonna sprinkle in some cherry cobblers. All right, so let's go up here. Add a little red. Oh, there's a ridge right there, right? Not good. No bueno. We're gonna do this. A little red action there. We'll do a little red through here. Let's spruce up a little. Oh, that's a little sharp. Let's do a little red over here. Get some red there. Oh yeah, let's do. It's our burning tree here. All right, so you got cherry cobbler, pumpkin pie, and crushed curry. Let's mix in a little red up here. I don't know, I don't think that's so bad. It looks really scratchy. I mean, from here it doesn't look so bad, but when you look at this close up, you can see all my lines. All right, so the thing is to get as much color on as you possibly want to begin with, right? And then I would normally use a blender pen, but since I don't have one, we're gonna see if Stella will do the trick. All right, I'm just gonna start in one area and I'm just gonna work it, work it, work it. And we're just gonna swirl it around like we just don't care. I'm gonna try to avoid the brown for now. Ah, it's looking nice, all right? Try to avoid the brown. We'll come back and get the brown afterwards, but all we're doing is swirling these colors together. Try to stay in the lines, that really helps. I mean, I went on the line there. Do as I say, not as I do, right? Try to stay in the line, but oh my gosh, this is so fun. This is the magical part for me with watercolor pencils. So you can see the side's done and the side's not. So you can do it like a before and an after, right? Look at the left and then look at the right. And that's just using our Stella pen. And I didn't use StazOn, right? I just used brown memento. So you gotta be careful. You don't want your brown memento to get all over the place. So I wouldn't keep staying in the same spot. What's cool is if you don't have watercolor pencil in a certain spot, you can push the pencil into it and you got it taken care of. All right, and then over here. If you decide you want more color in a certain spot, you could probably go back after it's dried and add a little more color. All right, does it look like a true tree, like changing colors? It actually looks better than this one. I pretty much did the same process, but I like that. Oh, this one I used Stella. All right, so we're not done though. So I take, and I'm gonna wipe out my yellow, right? Because I don't want that mixing in with my brown. So now I'm gonna go back and try to make the brown look really cool. Oh yeah. Look at that. All right, we're gonna come over here. Get the brown going. Bring in this one over here. And we'll go here. Stella to the rescue. My goodness, look at her go to town. Love it. Isn't that a beautilicious tree? All right, if you missed anything, now's your chance to go back and... Okay, so totally like this whole area right there, I have no idea if that's really part of the tree or not, but I made it be part of the tree. So, all right. I think I can live with that. Can you guys live with that? Did it turn out really awesome? So it's not that hard. You saw me. All I did was scribble a lot. All right. So what we got to just do is make sure. So pumpkin pie went here. And then I think that the pecan pie also went here. So getting your colored pencils back in order is a good thing. So we got our granny apple, cherry cobbler, and crushed curry go there. So I wish they had colored pencils in every Stampin' Up! Color. I would be a happy girl if they did, because I've learned to love to color with watercolored pencils because you can make it look like that. And these are so cost effective, you guys. They are less than, like, I don't know if this is $12 or $13, maybe 14. This one might be 17 to 20. I can't remember how much they really are. But they never go dry out. I mean, you have to be careful. You can't drop this on the floor. If you drop this on the floor, you will find out that when you go to sharpen them, that the lead in the middle breaks. So you gotta be very, you can't be dropping these on the floor left and right, and that happens. So you just gotta be careful with that. But having a Stella pen or a blender pen And when you can make it look like that, I think that's pretty neat. And you don't need Stampin' Blends for that. So, all right. There's a die for this though. So we definitely want to grab the die. We don't need to be fussy cutting this. And thanks, Ruth Nicholson. Thanks, Pat. All right, and Linda likes it too, yay. So we can grab this outer outline here, and that will go on here. So let's grab our tape. And if you don't have the dies, you could definitely fussy cut it. It's not the end of the world. I hear a kitten. I hear a kitten. Where are you? Oh, here's Big Tigger. Oh, here he's coming. Let's get this done. Maybe he'll come up and say hi to you guys. Hello, handsome kitten of mine. Mom, move your stuff. I want to come and say hi to everybody. Hi, buddy. Aren't you handsome? You had the rhinestones on your butt yesterday. Mom, that wasn't yesterday. That was Tuesday. And they're called the family jewels. Okay, buddy, yes, we can call them the family jewels. But we found them on your butt and we put them on the card. No, they weren't really on his butt, but they were really close to it. You guys, Tigger completely nestled and hunkered down in here for like 15 minutes. And here he comes. Hi. Hello, buddy. Oh, you sure take up a camera. Oh my gosh, you guys, he does. So there's our bigger Tigger. And he wants to say hi to everybody. Don't you? Yep. Oh, man. All right. We're almost done, but yep. You just want to be right by Mom, don't you? Okay, kitten. So we're good. I had to show Tyler the live the other day how Tigger just spent 15 minutes right by us getting his love, using him as the table. All right, so we're going to glue this piece. Oops, this piece goes onto the other early espresso that we had, right? He's like, Mom, why do you gotta set things on me? Because you're right here in the middle of everything, buddy. Everybody says, hi, bigger Tigger. Okay, so then we can put this on the inside. He's so handsome, aren't you? You slept a lot of the day. Oh, these kittens, all they do is sleep all day. It's making me jealous. Thanks, Sue Deppis. All right, so then this will go right in here. Right, so good there. Perfect. Now, what are we doing on the outside here? So we can see this is the card. Our tree is going to get popped up here, and then I put it flat by the trunk. All right, so Tigger, we need to get our tree right here, and we're going to pop this up. Mom, I'm trying to relax. You're not petting me. So we're going to put some dimensionals right here. And we're going to stage this on the front of the card. And then we'll use some liquid glue right at the bottom, right? So this gets put on top of the piece that has the designer paper. And if we look at that, it's pretty close to the top here. So I want that to be my top. And we're going to center that left to right. Make sure your tree is growing tall and strong. Well, hello, everybody's saying hi, bigger Tigger. Yeah, I know. I say hi back too to everybody. All right, so that's flat. Now what we can do is put the deer on. Oh dear. So what I'm going to do is pop up right there. If I had my black dimensionals handy, I'd use them, but this should work. So we're going to just pop those two up, and then we'll take our liquid glue, cat fur and all. You know it. It's all over the place. Mom, why are you talking so loud? It's making my ears hurt. Oh, buddy. You're funny. All right. So then this one, this goes just right along the bottom. All right. Something like, make sure you go end to end here. There and... So it's staged a little bit different than my sample. In this one, we've got the deer a little bit more to the right. In here, it's in front of the tree. That's okay. That's this die right here. And Anna had a little wiggle room with how she did the die cutting, and she ended up having the die a little bit, and that's okay. It's just standing more in front of the tree. All right, then what we're going to do is stage the back with a little tear and tape. Oh man, Mom, I've had enough. I'm gonna blow this popsicle joint. Okay, buddy. Maybe not. I'm gonna give myself a bath in front of everybody. Grab your tear and tape. Oh, buddy, I know. You want crunchies. Do you guys remember early on when Tigger, I used to have treats out here, and he knew exactly where they were, and he would jump and find them, and he would knock everything down. He's our little bulldozer. He would knock everything down until he got them. So we have learned not to keep treats out here, you guys. All right, so far so good. Now we've got our tear and tape staged back there. Oh yeah, look at this, getting to the end of a roll. This we have just along the bottom. We need about 5 inches. Got that like this, just to add a little decoration. We're gonna just flip that over. And this did not catch that. That was better. Grab that tear and tape and stage it so that you've got your sandwich. All right, wonderful. So we didn't use a lot of this trim. Now, again, I mentioned early on, I've been seeing that people are coloring this, and then you can get whatever color you want, and that's pretty cool. All right, so grab the tear and tape off, and it's a little liquid glue everywhere else. This goes right onto the card front. So gray granite with the espresso is what we ended up with. It matched this designer paper the best, more than smoky slate did. All right, the gray has like a nice brown to it. All right, so far so good. We've got that and that. We didn't end up using this. This was, I can go back to our scrapyard. And then the gemsies, what we can do with our streak dots. I've got, and the Stella makes it glisten. It sure does. So we've got a big one here and a small one. And then you could use a big or a small, but I'll just grab a small one here. And you could Stella, Ella, Bambi and her mom. Or if Bambi's a boy, I guess his mom, whatever. Bambi and mom. Stella the rock. A little cross here too. It's all good. Oh, it's so good. So you guys have lots of streak dots left. You got some irregular weave trim. You got more designer paper. You got stuff to make more of these cards. Definitely. All right. Whew, we're not done. Wait, there's a label. We forgot about that. All right, here's the deal. So mine, on my sample, the brown part is a hair taller. So it's about 3/4. This is 5/8. So we've lost 1/8 of an inch in the die cutting process. So what are you going to do? I have this stamped already. So what happens is if you put this down here, mine, you can see a little bit of brown here. This, if you put that, you might not see the brown. But I wouldn't mind taking my little baby trimmer here and giving it a small haircut, right? That'll make it a little bit less tall, but then that's not enough really to, oh, that helped. Okay. All right, I can live with that. So I just trimmed off maybe a 64th or a 30, maybe a 32nd, I don't know. But it was enough that I can still see my rock and I don't see as much brown down here. And I am going to use tear and tape actually. So that a regular weave ribbon, I think tear and tape will still, so if you use liquid glue, it's gonna be kind of weird. I think tear and tape here is gonna be the best option. And you're gonna do one line here, and I would do another line right on top like that. And what'll happen is it'll stick through the irregular weave and hit the brown. Sherry Martin got her box today. Wow, Sherry, that took a little bit. Usually you get yours the next day. Today's Thursday, so it was Monday, it left, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 4 days, okay. All right, so this guy is gonna go, so you see a little irregular weave trim on the right. Still see the rock. All right. Now, here's what's happening. It's not sticking 100%. So what you can do is grab this tear and tape. We're going to gently pick this up, stage the tear and tape there, pick that off, and now that will help the ribbon so it's not flippy floppy. Cool beans and bagels. All right, that can go there. Oh, we did it. I actually like this tree better than this one. You guys, can you see the difference between these? Actually, like this one looks a little bit more vibrant and robust. This one looks like it's fading. This one, the sun is shining on it. This one, the sun is not shining. This is a cloudy day. This is a sunny day. That's the difference. All right. I like it. I like it. All right. So there's, now you guys can tell me what you like the best. We've got 4 awesome cards that we did. What is it? Oh man, it's 8:09. That last one took a little bit longer than I thought it would. All right. So we've got these 4 that we did for you. That one, this one, and this. Lots of brown action tonight. Can't deny. We had lots of early espresso happening. Featured Amber Autumn and Autumn Trees. 2 different bundles in the Super Suite. And featured a bunch of the dies. A lot of the focal stamps. A lot of the dies they were used. We brought in Gathering Moments as well for some words. We brought in Textured Notes for some words. And what else? Streak Dots, a regular weave trim. Yay. The Stella did amazing for our coloring, you guys. Stella to the rescue tonight. I gotta make a note to bring down some blender pens. They're all beautiful. You like the green one the best. Nice. Okay. I was wondering if people would like that one. I think my favorite is this one with the tree. Very good. Okay. I'm going to pull my notebook back and we will do a little random number generator. Becky Gandolfo, I don't know if you're still watching, but I got you in the book here, so I got you referenced. We had 54 people. So we will do 2. You guys like them all. You gotta love our Stella. She did a number. She knocked it out of the ballpark today. All right, so we're gonna pick 54 here. And we're gonna click the word generate. Generate. 47. Let's see who number 47 is. Laura Sullivan. Yay, Laura. All right, and let's do it again. Hit the word generate. Whoa, number 7. Okay, we went from 47 to 7. And 7 is Julie Bontranger. Yay, Julie. Very cool. Awesome. All right, so congratulations to Julie and Laura. All right, you guys, I had told you on a previous live, I didn't get up to date with my door prizes so much this last shipping. It was like we came out of the escape. I didn't have an hour to look at everything and get everything buttoned up. So my goal is to get all that caught up by November. So, no, sorry, October. October comes first. So by the October shipping date. What else is there? So I think I don't know if I have, so Mindy Hall, if you're watching, I believe that you asked about Paper Pumpkin, and I think I have 1 left for you. So I have 1 left, and it can be for you. The other 3 are accounted for. Me, Elaine, and somebody else. I don't remember. So I'll have to look. It's been hot. The September Paper Pumpkin, you guys have been liking it. So yeah, so I don't think at this moment that I have any September pumpkins. I do have 3 for June and 1 for May, though, in case anybody's looking for some past Paper Pumpkins. All right, we did it. All right, so stay tuned. In the next maybe 12 hours or so, I will have an email that's sent out about the showcase. It will include the October registration link. Yay. And it will also have a link to watch the showcase on YouTube. And most likely I'll go live. My guess would be it's either going to be 10, 10:30, or 11. I don't know when I'll start. It's Saturday and I don't have a class. So it'll be nice to not wake up at 8 or 8:30 which is, you guys probably think that's late, but not when you go to bed at 2, right? So I always love getting more than 6 hours of sleep. That is always amazing. So, okay, when is a good time to call me? So tomorrow, so Nancy, you're in Eastern time zone, I would guess, if you're over on the east side of Lake Erie. So tomorrow, it would be better to call tomorrow after 9 Central, before 10. I have class starts at 10, so I won't answer the phone if it's like 5 or 10 minutes to 10. I can't do that because then I will be late. So, and then I plan to be done around noon, and I'll pick back up again at 2, and then I'll probably go till 4:30. So if you could call between 9:15 and 10 and 9:45, or between 12:15 and let's say 1:45, that would be good. Tonight, Tyler's supposed to be here. We're gonna be working on stuff right when I get done with this. So, I don't know what Monday is. Like, I don't, just, it depends, Nancy, of how soon you need to tap. So it could be Monday as well. Or Saturday afternoon is good too. So, all right. I think that's it. If I missed anybody's comments, please don't hesitate to reach out. It is generally not in my nature that I go back and check YouTube comments for videos. I always tell people, if you're not watching during the live and you're catching the replay and you have questions or you need help with anything, my phone number is here. My email address is here. You're welcome to reach out to me via one of those methods, and that is an awesome way that I can help you. You know, calling is always the fastest way to get hold of me. So Yvette says, call me when you're free to discuss the autumn retreat and a few other things. You betcha. Definitely tomorrow. If there's a good time that works for you tomorrow besides when I'm live, Yvette, otherwise I'll just try you probably in between my lives or right after one of my afternoon live is my guess. So we'll get it all squared away. All right, Buttercup. All right, you guys. I think we did good. I'm super excited. It's always a relief when all of the cards for the next month are designed and it's done like it's 2 days before the showcase, which is always exciting for me. So, all right. I am thinking that I have the YouTube lives tomorrow. I was just going to say I don't have a live till Saturday. I have YouTube lives tomorrow for the escape. And then I have the showcase on Saturday. And then I think that buttons up me for the month. I know Kelly is also going to do Paper Pumpkin yet with you guys. September Paper Pumpkin is getting pushed to next week, the 2nd, I believe. And she's got kit class on the 30th. So Kelly's got a couple classes coming up next week. And I know Gina's got, I think, class on Monday too. So there's still a bunch of lives yet coming out your way. So, all right, you guys, lots of sunshine, love, and big hugs to you. We will see you again tomorrow for those of you that did the escape, and otherwise Saturday. Love ya. Bye.